Are we in the midst of a golden age of black television and cinema, or is this yet another trend that will be here today and gone tomorrow? Television is leading the way, with ABC's hit Scandal blowing the doors wide open and paving the way for last year's juggernaut, Empire. Without Kerry Washington's Olivia Pope, we would have never had the opportunity to see and experience Viola Davis's Annalise or Taraji P. Henson's Cookie. These actors and characters have become icons. We can no longer deny that diversity is a win for both television networks and audiences. According to a recent study by UCLA, television shows with 41 to 50% diverse casts score the highest in both black and white households. Money is a universal language, and television executives have admitted or perhaps been dragged toward the reality. And in response to audience demand, last season they greenlit 73 shows that have at least one person of color in the lead. How many of those will actually make it to our screens remains to be seen. While great strides have been made in front of the camera, there is still so much work to do behind. I'm not going to spout a bunch of statistics, but I do recommend reading UCLA's 2014 Hollywood Diversity Report. Although there is reason to be cautiously optimistic about the progress being made in television, the same cannot be said of black cinema. I am constantly amazed and endlessly disappointed with Hollywood's annual shrug when diversity reports are released. Since I am a woman, I will focus on the lack of opportunities for women, particularly African American women. I've read a lot about the lack of leading roles for women as a whole. However, those articles tend to focus on Caucasian women. Last year, in 2014, Caucasian women made up 12% of leading roles. Of that 12%, only 11% of those roles went to African American women. And unfortunately, those statistics are even worse for Latinas and Asians. Those numbers, they haven't changed much over the years. Box office is trending down no matter how Hollywood tries to spin the numbers, yet they continue to greenlight and market films that target white males, assuming women and people of color will be there to support them. Their own numbers contradict that theory, yet they continue to stay the course. Behind the scenes, it's even worse. There are so many talented writers and directors of color who are out there grinding, creating wonderful works, but the opportunities just are not there. Sure, occasionally we will read a success story, but how many Ava DuVernays are out there writing and directing lower budget films that do modest box office and are critical hits, yet those same filmmakers aren't given the opportunity to take their career to the next step? It's not all doom and gloom. There are some bright spots, and perhaps few brighter than Dear White People, a film supported by the masses long before it was on any studio's radar screen. It was the people who stepped up to partially fund it, long before the studios even knew what it was. And it was those same people who got out and they tweeted and supported the film, which caused studios to then react and support the film. It is the highest grossing crowd-funded film. That's pretty spectacular. And maybe the golden age of cinema and television looks a lot less like the old model of studios greenlighting and producing films in-house, and more like a grassroots effort, audiences using tools at our disposal, our money and social media, to pull a reluctant system into the modern age.